Today we will explore Jordan in 4 days. The first day of the trip, I went to Jerash, which is 1 hour north of Amman. This magnificent plaza is emblematic of the ancient city of Gerasa and its architecture, its grandeur, and its development. The oval shape is unique, and the plaza was actually built to connect the Cardo, the main street of Gerasa, with the sanctuary of Zeus. The Cardo is the main street of Gerasa, forming the primary axis from which the rest of the city branches out. This 808-meter-long street connects the North Gate with the Oval Plaza in a straight line. The Cardo was the backbone of ancient Gerasa, where all citizens and visitors would pass regularly as they went about their daily business. So naturally, merchants could set up shop that line the city's busiest street and are situated between the entrances to important buildings. Along the southern part of the Cardo, the structures of some of these shops are still visible today. As the city of Gerasa thrived and expanded, there was a greater need of a substantial and continuous water source within the city. Around 125 AD, Gerasa's water supply system was built, and by the end of the 2nd century, the flow of the main aqueduct was increased to address a growing demand of water following the construction of the bath. This arch marked the northern main entrance to the city. It was built in 150 AD, prior to the South Gate. Inscriptions on the facade dedicate the gate to the founder of the city, Emperor Trajan. The North Theatre was not only used for art performances, but also for city meetings. After 3 hours staying in Jerash, we went to Athlone Castle. As you can see, the day was not beautiful, but we enjoyed the visit. The Athlone Castle is one of the monument artifice models of the Ayyubid military architecture. The Athlone Castle locates at Jabal of about 1,123 meters above sea level and was built by leader Prince Izzeddin Uzemah under the reign of Sultan Salah al-Din al-Ayyubi. After tasting some delicious Jordan meals, it was time to go to bed, rest, and think about the second day. In day 2, we went to Petra. Petra, the world wonder, is without a doubt Jordan's most valuable treasure and greatest tourist attraction. It is a vast, unique city carved into the sheer rock face by the Nabateans, an industrious Arab people who settled here more than 2,000 years ago, turning it into an important junction for the silk, spice, and other trade routes that link China, India, and Southern Arabia with Egypt, Syria, Greece, and Rome. Entrance to the city is through the Siq, a narrow gorge over 1 kilometer in length, which is flanked on either side by soaring 8 meters high cliff. Just walking through the Siq is an experience in itself. The colors and formations of the rocks are dazzling. As you reach the end of the Siq, you will catch the first glimpse of Al-Kasneh, the treasury.
Because if that we call it, that it's reclaimed. Arabic is not here. The idea is there. At least.
opposite to the main road into Petra, the treasury, also known as Al-Kasneh in Arabic, was designed to impress, and 2,000 years on, the effect is undiminished. What strikes you first is how well preserved it is, carved deep into the rock face and concealed in a high wall ellipse of a valley known as Wadi al-Jarrah or Ur Valley. It has been protected from wind and rain from day one.
There, maybe?
My company. What is that?
Take him to
Although the treasury is a postcard of Petra, Petra is much bigger than just the treasury, and that is what impressed me the most. Ensure you have plenty of time to visit Petra, because you will need it. Some people are staying there 2-3 days, do some hikings, and it's really worth it. The structures on most of the Petra archaeological site have been weakened by the salt that is blown from the Dead Sea and which crystallizes on the building's columns.
Am I right, sir?
No.
The city of Petra was first established in 312 before Christ, making it one of the oldest metropolises in the world. After spending more than 4 hours in Petra, it was time to go to our next destination. Wadi Rum is another must-do if you go to Jordan. We left our van in the city of Wadi Rum, and the Bedouins, who owns the camp where we stayed overnight, as soon as we arrived, it was time to see the sunset, and I really enjoyed not only the sunset but also the camels that were nearby our camp. Goodbye. No, goodbye.
Just make a hole in the ground, set a fire, wait until the wood becomes charcoal, put it in the bottom, prepare your food. We have a stand, we put our food there, chicken, vegetables, and put it in the hole, cover it and put sand. So the food, keep it for 2 hours. The food it will cooked by heat. And we all know that if you cover charcoal, there is no smoke, no oxygen, no smoke. So the heat cooked the food. The food it will be delicious because it cooked slowly. Let's see what we have here.
Let's see.
Okay, our chef, our chef, he will remove the sand and he will remove the cover and we will find nothing.
Whoa!
Where's our dinner?
Whoa!
They will put it here so you can take photos.
Ora sì che prima no.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow!
Have a look, my friend. Have a look. Have a look here.
C'è
Just a
roba?
whole charcoal. Put your hand. You feel the heat? We put a barrel so that sand don't come to the food. Enjoy your dinner.
After a good time sleep on the camp, it was time to start day 3, and we went to several places to explore around. One of our most friendly Bedouins collected fresh camel milk and drank it.
Viagra! Fresh milk. Unbelievable.
And after playing in the sun for some time, watching more camels, riding along the desert, going here and there, we went to our next destination. We passed by Aqaba on our way to the Dead Sea. At the Dead Sea I did some mud treatment, and then of course I was floating a little bit on the sea. Please always remember not to submerge, not to dive on the sea, because it will hurt and itch your eyes. I ended up watching an amazing sunset on the Dead Sea, and then I headed back to Amman. The last day I went to visit the Citadel in Amman and walk around the streets of the downtown. The Amman Citadel is located on top of Jebel Al-Kala, a hill in the city of Amman. The hill is situated 850 meters above sea level and overlooks the old city. It is located in the downtown area of Amman.